I think the dark side was always for me. Even without Snoke's influence, I think I would have embraced all aspects of the Force eventually. Once I was able to get away from Skywalker's narrow teachings, that is, teachings that you obviously haven't left behind. Lack of vision must run in your gene pool.
I would prefer less talk from you. You are only prolonging your death, and I am getting impatient.
All right then, little Benny Solo. Let us see who will inherit the legacy of the Sith, and who will be lying there next to your girlfriend.
No more words were spoken. The only thing that could be heard above the two lightsabers striking each other was the guttural screams of rage coming from Kylo Ren and the maniacal laughter of Cypher Ren. Kylo knew he should not be having this much trouble with Cypher. Kylo was one of the best duelists at the Jedi Academy, second only to Kira. Remembering Kira should have drove him even more into a berserker rage. But it didn't. It focused that rage. And a lack of focus was why Kylo was losing. Cypher was enjoying himself and in complete control, while Kylo lost himself in his emotion. But he did not want to be lost. He wanted vengeance, and he would have it. Kylo Ren thought that killing Kira's murderer would satisfy his bloodlust, but it did not. Fortunately, there was plenty of guilty parties on this ship that he could focus his rage on. Finn watched Master Skywalker leave the ship and wasted no time hurrying after him. But as he walked down the ramp, Skywalker was nowhere to be seen. Instead, a squad of stormtroopers stood before him, and leading them was Finn's former captain.
FN2187. I thought my greatest failure would escape my correction. And now here you stand. Troops, deal with anyone else who leaves the Millennium Falcon, but don't harm the ship. It might be our only way off the final ISA. And do not interfere with FN2187's reconditioning. This is my duty.
Finn said nothing, just ignited his lightsaber and charged Captain Phasma. Unbeknownst to him, Maz Kanata casually walked behind him, followed by Poe Dameron.
Where's the kid off to?
Retribution. Justice. Therapy. You know, that sort of thing.
Great. All these stormtroopers, and the only help I get is the size of an Ewok.
Han Solo once said, short help is better than no help.
Poe's smile at that comment turned to shock as Maz activates her jetpack, flies overhead, and lands in the center of the squad of stormtroopers. Before the troopers could react, a concussion wave extended out from her, knocking all the stormtroopers to the ground. Finn and Phasma locked into combat immediately, Phasma taunting her former subordinate with every strike of her staff. But Finn was too full of rage and frustration to even hear her. Frustration that Phasma's Beskar armor and staff were deflecting his lightsaber, and her fighting skill was making up for Finn's force advantage. He should have ended this already, and that fueled his rage even more. But then Phasma's words broke through his anger.
I would have thought just being around the great Luke Skywalker would have taught you something. But you are a worse fighter now than when you deserted.
This made Finn remember he had been taught by the great Jedi Master, and rage wasn't the way. Finn centered himself and let the Force guide him. The Force blocked Phasma's attacks and led Finn's lightsaber to the weak spot on Phasma's armor.
I will hunt you down until I end you, FN2187.
No. You won't.
Meanwhile, Kylo Ren makes his way to the bridge, killing everyone in his path.
Hello, Lord Ren. I would say the ship is yours, but I fear to hand it over in this condition.
If that is all you fear right now, you don't understand the situation you find yourself in.
Oh, I am well aware, sir. I knew my fate the moment Cypher Ren boarded the ship. Admiral Hux had hope, but I knew it would be our doom.
Hope, why didn't he have loyalty? Why did he betray me? Why did you all betray me?
Admiral Hux, sir, like the rest of us, are loyal, sir. Loyal to the Empire. We aren't the traitors, sir, you are.
You, Captain Pride, are about to find out what real treachery is.
That is enough, Ben. No more killing. It's time to let go of your anger.
Stay out of this, Uncle. You can't bring me back.
You are right, I can't bring you back. For a long time Snoke had you trapped in your anger. But he's gone. And the only one keeping you angry is you. Remember the moment you killed your father. Remember who you were at that moment. Remember your father searching your face for Ben Solo. Han died trying to find you. If you choose the dark path, he died for nothing.
After a few breathless moments, Kylo Ren deactivated his lightsaber and said,
Well played, Uncle.
And walked off back toward his quarters.
Thank you, Master Skywalker. Now if you will excuse me, I need to continue with the evacuation.
The ships that can get away have already gotten away. Come with me. We can get you and your bridge crew out on the Falcon.
Thank you again, Master Skywalker. That is a generous offer. But a captain always goes down with his ship. Those of remaining have nothing outside the Empire or this ship. So we will share their fate. You don't have much time. May the Force be with you. It obviously is.
Poe and Maz were pinned down. Maz's force blast didn't stop the stormtroopers for long, and between them and the ship's internal lasers, Poe didn't know how they would get back to the Falcon. Finn joining the fray helped some, but Poe knew with the numbers against them, it was just a matter of time. But then, a large blast rocked the whole ship and chaos erupted. Everyone knew at that moment the finalizer was lost, and it was every man for himself.
How much longer should we wait?
A voice from across the hangar answered Finn's question before Poe could.
Wait just a little longer. Get on the Falcon and get it ready to get out of here.
Poe, Finn, and Maz didn't have to be told twice. They ran for the Falcon, and as soon as they were on board they began shouting at Chewbacca to take off. That is until Luke yelled,
Not yet, Chewie. We have to wait.
Wait for what?
Chewie saw them first and let out a scream that sounded like violence. Finn drew his lightsaber and yelled,
Murderer!
But before Finn could advance, Luke Skywalker stepped in front of him with lightsaber drawn.
Kylo didn't kill Rey, Finn. Search your feelings, you know this to be true. He avenged her murder and brought her body so we can lay her to rest. I won't let you take your grief out on him. Now Chewie, can you get us out of here, please?
A large explosion that rocked the Falcon brought everyone back to their current situation. Chewbacca and Poe ran for the cockpit. Once there, Poe was surprised to see Chewie take the co-pilot chair.
Are you sure, big guy? It's your ship. You know it better than I do. All right then. I will fly it. But just because you said so.
Poe took the Falcon out of the finalizer's hangar just before the hangar exploded, then went full throttle on the engines to avoid the explosion of the rest of the finalizer. All around Coruscant's orbit was much of the same. Imperial Star Destroyers either destroying each other or blowing up from the inside.
Looks like Rey single-handedly took out the whole remnant fleet. Good job, kid. Yeah. You're right. There is nothing more for us to do here. Let's go home.